Good evening, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, and welcome to Cosmic Connections. This is the weekly look at the astrology of the week, and also wanting to offer you mediumistic messages and just some information about what's going on astrologically. All right, let's see. I want to make sure that I can see your comments show. I'm also known as Agent 56 with the wonderful Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Now, this is, shall we say, one of my most wonderful things to do to contribute to the language of astrology and the whole planet, right? I mean, we have the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Please, if you're not familiar, go to their website. There are astrologers from across the world who contribute. I've been doing work for the CIA. I even have my little T-shirt that says CIA. And it's also consciousness and intention astrology, because astrology is always a choice, right? We're talking about the big room and about the weather out there, but as we go through our lives, we always have that consciousness to make choices. Hello, Donna and Julie. Hello from Wisconsin. Hi, Donna and Nancy. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Michael. Some of our very loyal cosmic connectors. Hi, Dennis. Gosh, we go way back. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sater. Hello. Hello, Rebecca, Karen, Shivani. Hello, Myrtle. And Brenda, Dion. Good evening, my friends. Hi, Stephen. Hi, Lynn. So tonight we're going to be talking about the full moon. It's a pink moon. It's a super moon. It's happening on Monday. We're going to talk about some ways to handle the energy that's coming down across the world with this beautiful full moon. And we're going to be talking about right now. So my question for the week for you right now, we're under a quarter square, where the sun and the moon were forming an exact angle of 90 degrees yesterday on the 20th. And I'm giving you Eastern Daylight Time right now. So that was taking place at 2:59 in the morning Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday the 20th. During the quarter cycle, I call that the work-a-do time, the time when we get motivated to get things moving and to move through our challenges and to basically lay down a new foundation for ourselves. So, question for the night: has everyone or anyone been feeling very motivated to get things accomplished in your life? Have you been tackling some big projects? And I know I have. Oh my goodness, I am tackling my basement and really I'm purging. You're looking at the face of someone who has Pluto in her fourth house, right? I'm a Libra rising, and oh my goodness, it's just been an amazing opportunity to get things accomplished in a new way. Good evening, friends, and thank you for sharing. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Josie. Hi, Desiree. Hello. I'm seeing a lot of yes in the room. 100%. All right. So feel free to comment. And so we'd like to get feedback from you all. The quarter cycle is the time to dig in our heels, get things done, be enthusiastic, and not be deterred, right? So that's going on until this Saturday. At Saturday evening, this is again Eastern Daylight Time, at 8:19 p.m. We're going to have what's called the Gibbous Cycle. We're going to talk a lot about that in reference to the full moon. Again, I want to give a big welcome to many of our wonderful friends who are listening from the CIA. And my dear friends, if you are not aware of this as a resource, I know many of my students, hello from Brazil, hello. All right. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. You took apart your patio. Oh my gosh. Marianne, that's quite industrious and ambitious of you. All right. Okay. Hello from Brazil. Yay. From Ireland, Emma. Welcome. So again, all of this wonderful energy affects all of us across the globe. So get your jobs done, my dear friends, until Saturday, because at Saturday, we enter into the magical mystery time of the gibbous full moon. You know, and I'm going to talk about the full moon specifically for you tonight, but all that wonderful folklore over generations and generations, the spookiness of the full moon, really, I think that should be equated with the time right before the full moon. Many years ago, I was doing some research on the full moon effect. And in fact, there's a book of that title that was not written by an astrologer, Full Moon Effects, and by different scholars and researchers, including doctors. And they gathered up data about extra bleeding, all right, during surgery, about people who are being admitted into mental facilities or nursing homes and accidents and so forth. And again, I'm not going to give you all the data right now. I don't have the book in front of me. I didn't even know I'd be talking about this at this moment. But there's a lot of data that actually the time before the full moon is when emotions are a lot more as magnified, more intense. I have found in my work as an astrologer and practicing also medium and psychic, that the time right before the full moon, this gibbous moon that starts on Saturday night, is often the time when we're more aware of other nuances. I think when our right brain kicks into gear, so to speak. So the Sabian symbol for our gibbous moon, this is happening Saturday the 24th, we'll get to the full in a minute, is a man watches his ideals taking concrete form before his inner vision. Before his inner vision. So this is a great manifestation degree for those of us who practice meditation and affirmations, really make use of this energy that's taking place on Saturday, culminating on the full moon. This is an important full moon for psychic work, for mediumistic work, because it's in Scorpio. And we're going to talk about how that might be impacting each and every one of us, and kind of like a cookbook style, right? So again, question of the week. How are you motivating yourself to get a big job done? Welcome, Michael. Hi, Amy from Maryland. And you can just do a simple yes or no if you are. Oh, wow. Intuitive empath light worker. Yay. Grace. It was weird. You had to go outside. Okay. You agree with that? Yes. Working extra hours at your job, Marcy. Aloha, Aurora. Hello from Hawaii. Yes. You're New Zealand. You woke up randomly a lot. Okay. So you were just getting that energy to get things done. Friends, that's interesting. Good evening, Sherlyn. Hello, my dear. Hi, Joni. You don't have a basement. You're slowly packing for your trip. Sherry, I'm going to have a great trip. Oh my gosh, going to Hawaii. Thank you for sharing, Paula. Hello, Nadi Zen. Hello, Susan. You're getting things done. Yeah, recharging your soul. All right. I'm glad you're here too, Janet. Thank you, guys. Hi there, Alice from the UK. Hello, Emma. So, my dear friends, use the moon. And in astrology, I know we have some professional astrologers in the room, and we have some people who are absolutely new to astrology. Please understand, a good template for you to consider is that astrology is like a clock, right? We have multiple hands, not just the second hand, the minute hand, and the hour hand. And so the moon is kind of like the second hand, working with the moon's changes, the new moons, the full moons, and so forth. They're basically the tick, 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 tick of the momentary, moment by moment parts of our lives. And depending on a particular full moon or new moon, it's going to impact you more with your energy pattern, with your chart. Whereas we have also big pictures. We have got longer cycles. So I'm so excited to tell you that on May 13th, we're going to have what's called an ingress of the planet Jupiter moving into Pisces. Now, this only happens once every 12 years. And we can track that in our lives, right? But this is going to be extremely significant for the intuitive parts of our nature. I think we might all agree with this one thing, that this past year, the year of COVID, the year of crisis, the year of the Capricorn lineup, however you want to, categorize this very challenging year across the globe, has been one also that's been marked with a lot of miscommunication, multiple communication, many different challenges with communication, because the backstory, the gestalt in the room has been the north and south nodes in the signs of communications. And at the same time, we've had Neptune, which is the ruler of Pisces, creating a square to the logical signs of Gemini and Sagittarius. A square is like this, tension that's always there that needs to be expressed. And with that energy, there's been a lot of cognitive dissonance. There's been a lot of not quite understanding what's really going on. I believe that once Jupiter goes into Pisces, a lot of our intuitive natures are going to be activated in such a way we haven't seen for 12 years. And I think the full moon even speaks to this. When we meditate, when we align with the numinous, the God of our understanding, when we relax, when we just basically connect with that inner voice within, we feel not only more peaceful, but we're able to access the information around us and within us. So that's one of the major, I think, not lessons, the gifts of 2021, the year of rediscovery. That's going to be coming to a world near you, all right, on May 13th. And so I'm very proud to be offering a workshop here on the CIA. I'll be posting lots of details about that. That's coming up, all right, on May 1st, another most auspicious day. All right, let's see some comments here. All righty. Shared. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you, Alan, for being here. I haven't talked to you for a little bit. And we've certainly shared a lot over the past, shall we say, 50 years. It's so great to be in contact with friends from high school and beyond, right? Your birthday's May 1st. Wow. Do you know that's a cross-quarter day? Miss Grace, I think that's your first name, Grace. Cross-quarter day, the days between the seasons are considered to be very exceptionally powerful, because it's when the veil between the two worlds often are loosened. We often think about that on Halloween, but also on May 1st, August 1st, and also February 2nd. So happy birthday in advance to you, my dear. All right. So, dear friends, that's our question. Have you been feeling that motivation to get things done, things accomplished? Are you, really rebuilding your life in some ways? Look forward to Saturday, because on Saturday, we're going to have the gibbous moon. It's a very psychic, intuitive moon leading up to the full moon. So the full moon is like the exhale. So we're gathering information. The moon is gathering light each and every night. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Think of a balloon being blown up. And at the peak of the full moon, that's when we can exhale and maybe receive feedback about some issue in our lives. Alrighty, I'm going to make myself some notes, make myself totally prepared. We're also going to be doing some mediumship tonight. And astrology is a very wonderful tool to access the symbolism within our minds with mediumship and so forth. And I'm going to be doing some meditation work regarding our, let's see, that's 1, and that's going to be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Look what I just did. I'm going to be lecturing on this in a minute. I forgot to write down my little cheat sheet. I've been doing this for such a long time, just going through the houses and letting you know how the full moons are going to be affecting you. Well, in any case, let's talk about that full moon. Know that Gibbous starts on Saturday night. Really maybe program yourself for a great dream, my dear friends, on Saturday evening as you no matter where you are in the world, going to sleep that night, because the gibbous is this powerful psychic moon, you'll be able to access that image of the Sabian symbol. Sabian symbol, a man seeing his ideals being reformed in concrete form. It's a manifestation degree. So that's very, very cool, I think. Our full moon is at 7 degrees of Scorpio, and that takes place, again, please make the translation wherever you may be on the globe, 4:26 at 11:32 Eastern Eastern Daylight Time, and that's in the evening, PM. So that's going to be Monday night. The full moon at 7 degrees. Now, I think most of you know what a Sabian symbol is. I use those extensively, and I can thank my dear astrological friend Linda Hill from Australia. She wrote a wonderful tome on the Sabian symbols, like basically not reinterpretation, but a more modernized version of the original Sabian symbols, which were given to us in the early 20th century when a medium, Elsie Wheeler, and an astrologer minister, Mark Emmon Jones, sat together, meditated, and they received word pictures, symbols for each of the 360 degrees on a wheel. And many astrologers use them, and I certainly do. They're very esoteric, and they're very meaningful. So the full moon's meaning at 7 is the following: a calm lake bathed in moonlight. The keynote is a quiet openness to higher inspiration. And it goes on. I mean, when we think about a full moon and over the moon of reflected on the moonlight on a lake, makes me think of Moonlight in Vermont. I mean, think of all the beautiful love songs associated with the full moon, right? I lived in Vermont for 5 minutes. I loved it. But in any case, this particular full moon, I want to quote here Mark Emmon Jones. Love is a cosmic, undifferentiated principle or power which simply focuses itself within the souls of human beings who reflect its light. The same is true of the mystic's love for God. Man strives hard to achieve great things through daring adventures, but a moment comes when all that really matters is to present a calm mind upon which light may be reflected. Notice how that image is very congruent with some of the themes I'm mentioning to you tonight. To be quiet, to meditate, to listen to the inner voice. And this beautiful, calm image of the moonlight reflecting on a light says that, and that takes place. So think of us, we might be kind of agitated or energized or working hard between now and then Saturday. We get the Gibbous Cycle, and we're receiving inspiration to materialize some vision or dream in our lives. And then Monday night comes along, and then we're calm, we're relaxing, we're taking in the full moon's gifts, which is that exhale. So we are moving into a very intuitive time of the month, my dear friends. Hi, Christine. Hi, Michael. Oh, wow. Michael Richards, happy birthday. Or is that Michelle? That's amazing. Your birthday is falling. May 13th is the sacred day of Our Lady of Fatima. Thank you, Stephen. That is correct. Isn't that interesting? Let's speak about that. Because when we think of Pisces, we think about the Piscean age. We think about how, even though, I mean, astrologers love to discuss when does this Aquarian age start, I don't know, I kind of go back and defer to the idea of the Platonic year, right? That the year that was discussed by Plato and so forth, it lasts for about 2,500 years. So, since the beginning of the Christ consciousness, when Jesus the Christ was born, we're still in the Piscean age, right? The age of Pisces, the age of the sacrificial lamb, the age of intuition, the age of, I can go on and on. That's a whole other story, right, friends? But that's very significant, Stephen. I'm glad you mentioned that, because Pisces at its quality is about escape. quality of transcendence, the quality of the divine, compassionate heart that goes beyond this reality. Pisces is idealism. So with Jupiter being in Pisces for the next year, on and off again, I wrote an article for the CIA. Please refer to it. And please come to the class on May 1st. We're going to be talking all about this and how you can activate also your intuition, your psychic, spiritual side. Pisces is all about that. And Pisces is being activated in the unconscious through movies. I want to share something with you. Any Netflix fans out there? And I promise you, I will not do a spoiler for you. One of my dearest friends in the world said, "You've got to see this movie, Behind Her Eyes." Behind Her Eyes. It's on Netflix. In any case, at the surface of it, I'm getting to a point with this, with psychicism and so forth. At the surface of it, it's just a good old-fashioned triangulation story. Sweet single mom meets cute, sexy Scottish man. It's set in London, in a pub. They bump into each other. They have a beer. Oh, they exchange a little kiss. They don't even exchange phone numbers or names, right? Fast forward to the following Monday, she walks into her new job, and guess who's her boss? Yeah, said cute Scottish man. And guess what? He's a psychiatrist who's married to a very mysterious and very lovely, beautiful, and strange woman. So right away, we have a triangulation going on. The movie, the series on Netflix, seems to be just a good old-fashioned, triangulation story between two women and a man, but it's much more than that. And I think that's the message of the backstory astrologically. Perception is reality. And as you get into the 5th episode of this show, you realize this is much more about perception and psychic Piscean intuition, because Pisces also rules dreams. So I'm not going to give anything away. However, I'm just telling you what's out there in the trailers. This movie is actually about the idea of escaping reality and what can happen when you escape too far and too fast. Very, very interesting movie. It really reflects the times. I do believe, I've been looking at astrology for over 30 years. Very often, the main gestalt out there, right, is going to be mirroring through our popular culture what's happening astrologically. You'll have to watch it. Who has seen it? You've seen it, Prince? Mr. Bradshaw or Miss Bradshaw? Yeah, you love it too, Jeannie? It's called Behind Her Eyes, Josie. Behind Her Eyes. Oh, and the ending, forget it. It is such a twister. It's a tongue twister. Yeah, I might be a little tired tonight because I was up last night. Dreaming is such a powerful thing. It's a Pisces thing as well. And it all fits in with this motif today as we're leading up to the full moon in the water sign of Scorpio, which is helping release our intuition. And again, that dreaming through the gibbous moon on Saturday night. So that's all your homework, to have a good dream and also maybe take a peek at that show. It's just pretty amazing. It's I didn't figure it out. But okay, here's a hint. Really look at the poster of the movie and let's see if you see the symbolism of the poster of the movie out there. Okay, lots of crazy dreams. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for sharing, because when you share, then everyone gets a prize. And I like to do drawings every Wednesday when we do this. And let's talk about that full moon a little bit more. That calm lake, bathed in moonlight, that is the Sabian degree. It means a quiet openness to higher inspiration, my dear friends. And that's happening on Monday. Cultivate that calm mind. If ever you wanted to do meditation, do it this week. And especially on Monday, I'm going to be doing a service for anyone who wants to come. Not a service, but I'm serving you all by doing a full moon meditation on Monday night. You can register on my page. But in any case, about this full moon, It is amazing because it's also reflecting behind her eyes. This is why. There's a lineup in the full moon. Full moon's in Scorpio. It's opposite the sun, Uranus, Venus, Black Moon, Lilith, and Mercury. So it's almost like we're being asked to listen to the wild, undisciplined feminine with this full moon. Listen to that intuitive feminine part of you, for men or for women, that is a little off. Again, when you see the movie, you'll see what I'm talking about. And whenever we find Black Moon Lilith, we often find a triangulation in relationships, right? Because after all, Black Moon Lilith was Adam's first wife, right? It's in the Talmud, it's in the Bible. And then she was expelled from the garden. And then, of course, Adam found that his true love was Eve. So for all of us, maybe in our relationships, we may have some disparities within ourselves in Taurus with the full moon. It might bring out that triangulation. Now, triangulation doesn't necessarily mean, another person. It could be, oh, honey, I love you, but you're kind of committed to your work or your dog or your kids, and I want to come first. So that type of theme might come up with this full moon. Because Mercury's involved with this, Venus, Black Moon Lilith, Uranus, all lined up. I also think it's about mind melding with your beloved. Again, I'm referencing behind her eyes, like almost making love with one's mind as opposed to the physicality. All right, so that's one aspect of this full moon. The second aspect, Ceres is going to be trining Juno. In my mind, Ceres is the great goddess of the grain, right? Juno is the great goddess of relationship. Relationship and love equals food. So whomever your sweetheart is, make a nice meal with this full moon. Love equals food, food equals love. Nurture your beloveds with a good meal. Saturn will be trining the North Node. Remember, the North Node in Gemini is asking all of us to get very clear in how we are communicating and how we are thinking and how we are networking in the world. How are we exchanging our gifts? Are we a writer? Are we a speaker? Are we the buyer or seller of information? Gemini North Node trine Saturn, exactly. So we're getting very serious about what we're taking in, what we're listening to, what we're not listening to, what we are judging to be truth. So that's another aspect of this full moon time. We're moving forward in our duties one step at a time. That's another theme with the Saturn trining the North Node. Slowing down a little bit, but being considered, being careful, being cautious, and being discriminating in what we're listening to and what we're believing in all aspects of our lives. Another really interesting thing about the full moon is forming a yod. A yod, also known as the finger of God. So this yod involves 7 degrees of Scorpio full moon, sextiling Vesta, the goddess of spiritual practices, both in conjuncting Chiron. How would we interpret that? Well, I think since Chiron just wants us all to heal, but it wants us to heal through our everyday habit patterns, the moon, as it's talking with Vesta, which is spirituality. One interpretation might be that when you are planning your everyday reality, your moon, your habit patterns, bring in a little spirituality into the mix. Bring in a little Vesta, whether that means, doing your yoga or doing your meditation or lighting your candles in your houses of worship. Whatever that might mean for you, it's about doing that healing. And in conjunct means maybe I can just do it tomorrow. Maybe I don't have to do it. Maybe I don't have to be disciplined. But I think the lesson or message of the full moon also brings into that configuration. A yod, get on your path. Get going, friends, right? For your everyday habit patterns, bring in the spiritual piece of it. Okay. Patience as well. Patience as well. Very well said, Trace. Exactly. Hi, Jennifer. All right. You've been dreaming a lot in color. Marcia, you have to see that behind her eyes, right? Strange dreams. Again, we're getting into this dreaming high energy point with the gibbous moon coming up on Saturday. And let's face it, Scorpio is all about going beneath and beyond the veil. It's one of the signs of mediumship. All right. We talked about that. And let's talk a little bit more about where this full moon is falling. Now, this is the cookbook form of the cosmic connections. I know that if you don't know your time of birth, you might not know what your rising sign is, but you can still get some very good guidance just using the sun, using a solar chart. And so I'm just going to give you a couple of nuggets for you as you navigate the full moon that's happening on Monday. If you are Aries or Aries rising, the full moon is activating what's called your 8th house of transformation. So this is a great time for you Aries folks to pay attention to your long-term financial plan and also tap into your own psychological, spiritual power and let go of some things in your life that no longer serve you, Aries. That's one of the lessons of this particular pink full moon for you. If you're Taurus or Taurus rising, you'll be looking at your significant others, your partners, your best friends, and saying to yourself, how can I better serve the important people in my life? And how can I really find solace with the people that resonate with me? So that's for our Taurus folks. Gemini or Gemini rising, the full moon is asking you to clean up your self-care, to pay attention to how you're exercising or how you are using nutrition in your life or how you are doing your work. Maybe you might want to consider getting a new computer or a new phone, something about the tools you're using to really help your life with your work. Cancer or Cancer rising, this full moon is asking you to play, to be creative, to have fun, and to listen to your inner voice, that inner muse. For Leo or Leo rising, the full moon is activating your home, your family, where you're living, how you're living. You might want to clean up the space, or you might want to clean up the relationships you have with family members. For Virgo or Virgo rising, the full moon is activating the way you speak, the way you think, the way you communicate and share with others. Speak your truth, but do it in a more considered and considerate way. For Libra or Libra rising, this full moon is asking you to take a look at the way you are making money in your life and what your skills and talents truly are. Perhaps Libra or Libra rising will be saying to themselves, you know what, I have this hobby, but I would like to turn that into an income stream. All eyes are on Scorpio. The full moon is in your sign, whether you be a rising sign or your sun sign in Scorpio. So you really are able to connect with your own charisma, your own magnificence, and feel good about that, Scorpio. For Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, the full moon is activating your unconscious. It's activating your dream self, your intuition. You might actually feel a little physically tired, Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising people, but that's okay. So you use that time to nap or to meditate more or just to steal away from the maddening crowd, so to speak. If you are Capricorn or Capricorn rising, this full moon is activating your friendship house. It's asking you to perhaps reach out to the people you have not seen for a while, or make new friends, or connect with new groups or associations. If you are Aquarius or Aquarius rising, this full moon is lighting up your career house. If you have been looking for a new job or want to step up to the plate and have more of a stronger leadership position, this is the good time to do that for you, Aquarius. And last but never least is our beautiful Pisces energy. This is the time for you to cultivate your truth, to communicate your truth, or maybe even plan a trip. The full moon is asking you to expand your awareness and consciousness. All right, again, big hello to Jasmine. Hello there. Thanks for being here, Jasmine. Very vivid dreams from Marcy. You were born under a full moon, my dear. That's awesome because full moon people born under the full moon, and only 1/30th of you guys out there are born under the full moon, are often able to have an extra dose of empathy, putting yourself in other people's shoes. Kimberly, hello there. Thanks for being here. Hi, Amy. Name of the movie again, Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. It came out in February. It's very bingeable, and I will not tell you the end. It's one of those amazing twists and turns, but it's there's a spiritual element, but it's also reflecting, I think, Black Moon Lilith, the dark side of triangulation, of having, getting outside of the realm of monogamous relationships, but it's much more than that. It's about dreams, and it's about, I can't say anything more without giving it up. It's very good. It's very suspenseful, and it's not bloody. When I first saw the trailer, I thought, oh my gosh, I can't watch it because this is beautiful woman, and she has a knife, and she's using the knife. She's chopping up, I don't know, veggies or something. And my friend said, no worries. There's no slash and gushing and blood in this thing. I said, good, I'll watch it. Sun conjunct Pisces, Neptune. I cannot deal with too much horror show, right? You're a Gemini with Cancer rising. So when I said Gemini, Stephen, you want to look at that. All right, Virgo, Scorpio, Sun. We are reverse, Jennifer. I'm Scorpio with a Virgo moon. All right, thanks for being here. All right, so now we're going to do some mediumship, my dear friends. Shirlan's having lots of dreams. There's a lot of energy out there. A lot of energy out there in the big room, right? And that energy is all about leading up to the exhale at the full moon. You watched it. You liked it, Josie. Behind Her Eyes. Hi, Courtney. Okay, now where to direct my energy for manifestation as you're after so much. Okay, let me review things for you all. Right now, between now and Saturday, we're in the quarter square. We're rebuilding. Might be very busy. We might be ambitious. We might be really pushing ourselves to the nth degree. Saturday night at the Gibbous Cycle, right before we're receiving the illumination from the full moon, that is more of a time of reflection and psychic awareness. And you think you're dreaming now, you might get some great dreams on Saturday to Sunday night. And then on Monday night, it's at Eastern Daylight Time. Please make the translation to wherever you may be living. The full moon is like the completion of the cycle. It illuminates. Because it's in Scorpio, it's a very intense, powerful, it could be even very emotional full moon, depending on where it falls in your chart. And I just happened to talk about this show, which has a lot of intensity and I think reflecting some of the aspects of the full moon, which is on Netflix. I should get, I don't know, a little support from Netflix for promoting it. Yeah, you too, Janet. I love suspense without bloody. I can't watch horror movies. Okay. Yeah. Yes. I thought the same thing about that knife chopping. Exactly. I thought, I am not watching that, but don't worry. It's much more intensely psychological. All right. So how I do this, and this, sometimes it works, and it's been working to date. I kind of do my meditation. I say my prayer, and I use my fingers and close my eyes to give you a little bit of a mediumship message. But before I do that, I do want to thank all of you who've been with me for many moons doing this Cosmic Connections. And what I've been asking you all is to share this as we are meeting every Wednesday night to your page. I'm going to put a request out to you, and I'm going to be doing new things to give you all prizes, because I feel that you're sharing your time with me. I want to share my energy with you and do drawings every time we meet. So the drawings I'm going to be doing tonight are based on the people who have shared to their Facebook pages. However, if you are not on Facebook, perhaps you are listening through YouTube or the wonderful CIA page. And I can't say enough about Agent 56 here. If you have any interest in astrology, go to the Cosmic Intelligence Agency page. You might be listening to me on another platform, but it is completely, what's the word I'm looking for? It's one of those amazing pages across the globe that keeps you up to date with all of the different changes. And we have quote unquote agents across the globe who contribute. On May 1st, I'll be contributing a class on Jupiter moving into Pisces, which only happens every 12 years, and how that's going to affect each and every one of us in this world regarding our intuition and other things. And I often compare what's called an ingress with the past. So when a big planet moves into a sign, we can make predictions about moving forward based on past history. So I hope you join me on May 1st for that class. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I like to make it interactive with your own charts. So that's CIA, May 1st. Anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of a drawing right now. These are the folks who have been sharing this for the past many moons. And the winner of tonight's drawing is, drum roll, please. Okay. Lisa Phillips. Lisa, I'm not so sure you're in the room. Oh, thank you, Julia. Thank you. There's the details. Okay, fabulous. I'll be sharing that, Julia. Lisa, you are the winner of the Sabian Symbol Report tonight. So thank you for sharing. All right. And thank you, Julia. She's the mother of the CIA. I'm so glad you're here, honey. Thanks, Lisa. Congratulations. You're very welcome, sweetie. My pleasure, Nancy. I love sharing with you. You know, sharing is caring, right? And so again, can't say enough about joining the CIA, friends. And many of you might be long-standing astrologers. You can become an agent. Talk to Julia about that. But so many wonderful things are happening on this planet with astrology. And it's only going to get better and better and better, because this is truly the language of the cosmos, astrology. What can I say? Been doing it for many years. All right, so I'm going to shift gears. I've been being kind of left brain with you talking about the astrology, but every Wednesday night I like to do some mediumship, and how that works is I kind of rev up I call it my right brain, and I relax. I get into a different mindset. And how I select you, I use my finger. And because this is through this platform called StreamYard, I can see your, my pleasure, Julia. Thank you, darling, for everything you do on the cosmos. I can't say enough for Julia. I mean, you know, the dedication that goes into everything she does with this amazing platform for consciousness and for learning and for sharing and connecting with so many astrologers across the planet. And it's all for one reason, right? To empower each and every one of us to kind of learn the language. You don't have to be a professional astrologer to get something out of astrology. It's a discipline. It's a life's calling. But if you know a little bit, it can help you. Like I said, that second hand with the moon's lunations, tick, 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 it can help you understand yourself and others so much. So mediumship represents the ability to basically connect with people who have passed. And sometimes I just get spiritual messages. So I use my finger, I see your names on here, I close my eyes, and I'll just kind of pick randomly a couple people for you. All right. So, and I know, of course, you would all like a read, and I appreciate that, but it's just the luck of the finger, luck of the draw. All right. So, dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the holiest of spirits. Amen. So I'm going to close my eyes. Okay, and the person I'm stopping at is Susan Arum. Susan Arum. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, my dear? Susan Arum. Are you still in the room, Susan Arum? By the way, Cindy, you asked a question. Jupiter is considered the planet of good luck. And Jupiter, I like to call all the planets names. I call Jupiter Santa Claus because he's big. Jupiter's big, the biggest planet on the solar system. And he's funny and he travels a lot and he's very, 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 very generous. Okay, Mr. Room, are you still with us? All I need for you to say yay or no, Susan, and just say hello, Susan, Susan, Susan. Okay, a room. All right, darling. Would you like me to give you a little message? Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, so Susan, as I'm tuning in with your energy, it's interesting. The first thing that's coming into my awareness is woods or a garden up against the woods. And it's kind of a dense woods. There's a lot of greenery, a lot of evergreens. And I'm feeling that this is where you're most comfortable. I'm not necessarily thinking that this is in your everyday reality. If it's not, it's something you would like to have enjoy and happen in your life. I want to go back to when you were a child and that there was this real connection with the outer world of the woods and connecting, almost like you were this free spirit that would get lost in the foliage. And as I am tuning into your energy, how that is being interpreted in your life right now, it feels as though you are building something in your life that's connecting more with the natural world. And with that, it seems like you are in a profession that is very analytical and helps others, but it's relying a lot on your left brain, a lot of added, and feel free to give me feedback as I'm doing this, Susan, okay? I see you analyzing, evaluating, and doing what needs to be done, but it's not symbolic and poetic that you would feel in the woods. And as we get into 2021, I'm picking up two things for you. One is July, August as a time when you start to actually shift from what you're doing and embracing more of this natural world. And I know I'm getting the natural world in the woods because this is the place of comfort for you. And you're actually going to be working more with, I think it's herbs or natural substances, aromatherapy, floral. I'm smelling aromatherapy and with your healing of self and others. And also what I'm picking up with you, dear Susan, is that you had a great aunt. I'm sorry, it's not the grandmother, but a great aunt in spirit who had this garden, who had this intensity about working with the natural world, doing gardening and maybe even doing, I'm getting sachets. You know, sometimes you do dried flowers, you make them into little sachets, you put them underneath your pillow. She had, I think she did fine needlepoint as well, and crocheting. She's coming in here to encourage you to do this natural work of combining the flowers, the florals, the woodsy scents, and creating this. I'm not saying you have to leave your day job, but to do this for fun. I'm also seeing some sort of large mural or large portrait or painting in your home. And I don't think you did this, but that it's a very evocative, kind of a modern looking painting that every time you go by it, you just become amazed and immersed in the colors. I get green and blue and yellow. Susan, please give me some feedback if this makes sense to you. And, or you can even, feel free to message me directly. Good. Oh, good. And thank you for that comment, April, because very often when I get messages, or any mediums get messages, we often say they might resonate for many more people than just one. So, okay. So thank you, Susan, for being here. Feel free to comment. Okay. All right. So now we're going to ask for another person. I just use my finger to find someone. All right. Maria Labelle. Maria Labelle. Are you with us, honey? Maria. Okay. Hi, Miracles. I'm glad it makes sense to you. Is Maria still in the room? Hello, April. Thanks for being here, Michelle. Kudor, thank you for being here, JB. Tanya, Dorothy. Maria, are you still in the room? Hi, Kamala. All right, Maria, I'm with your energy. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow me to connect with Maria for her highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Maria, what I'm getting from you, for you, I'm with your mom. I'm getting a real strong sense of total caring. It feels like you've been thinking about her more and wanting and wishing that she was around. She's coming in. I know she's in spirit. And my hand is going to my chest here and over my heart. She's trying to protect your heart. And she's saying to you that she wishes she was a lot more appreciative of what you were doing for her when she was still here. That sometimes she would get a little bit on the crabby side or impatient, but that she sees you as such a sweet, dear heart. She's also coming in with a little piece of glitter on a chain. It feels like there's a chain. I don't know if you ever wore her wedding ring on a chain itself, not a wedding ring on your finger, but around a chain. She would like you to take some of her jewelry and recast them into a beautiful piece for you. She's showing me two pieces of jewelry that she would like you to, design a beautiful piece for you. And she says that you are the glitter, you are the glamour gal. She wasn't so much like that, but she had some pieces of jewelry she would like you to repurpose and make yourself something beautiful. Mother's Day is coming up in the States, right? And she's telling you that you are such, you mothered her, and she wants you to know that. And she's so apologetic that sometimes she was very impatient with you. And she's also showing me her feet, that when she was alive, there was a lot of issues with her feet, and that she wants to make sure that you're taking care of your toes, that you might need to get a pedicure or to soak your feet. I don't know if that's right. Oh, you do. Sometimes you do that yourself, Maria. But she says the feet are the most important body parts for our well-being. And she wishes she could do for you what you did for her. I don't know if you painted her toes or you worked with her feet or you massaged them, but she's saying thank you. And then she says you need to do that for yourself, and that you might need some new shoes or something coming up for you, but there's something going on with the feet. One more message for you, dear Maria. I'm not getting any feedback from you. Feel free, please, to comment or ask questions as I'm in your energy here. I'm also picking up for you, Maria. One of the things that doing something very, 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 very special on Mother's Day for your mom, whether you visit her in the cemetery, but she wants you to say, I'm not there. Get yourself flowers for you. And she's giving me a bouquet of lilacs in particular. There might be some lilacs on your property or on her property that she smells, that I'm smelling here. All right. So thank you, my dear, for being here, Maria. Okay. And I'm just going to do a couple quick more. We started at 8:04, so I'm going to end at 8:04. And my eyes are just going to Lisa and Humayun Kuvar. So Lisa, I'm just going to give you a quick read for you. Okay. Oh, interesting. You're giving me some beautiful feedback there, Susan. Really, you work with your own. Thank you for the feedback, sweetie. Thank you. You were in the mountains and the woods today. Wow. Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, you gave it. Oh, forget Goldie Hawn and Shirley MacLaine. I want one of your necklaces, sweetheart. Remember Shirley MacLaine, Out on a Limb? I love that book. All right. Hi, Derek. You have this jewelry. Thank you. Thank you, Maria, for the feedback. All right. I'm going to close with one more. Humayun Kabor. Your mother, Sophia, left us on January 16th. As my finger went here, how is she now? I'm tuning into your energy, sir. What I want to say about your mom. She, I'm getting a great deal of mourning when she passed. There was a great deal of a ritualistic mourning and a lot of tears and a lot of connection that was virtual. All right. So because of the COVID. And she's saying that, I'm getting chills with this. You and she were very close, and that she's still communicating with you deep at night. Sometimes you wake up and you get startled because you think, oh my gosh, I had this dream of mom. I don't remember any of the details. And she's reassuring you that she is in the great cosmos and she's fine. And she was in a lot of pain. I get in the back, and I also get in some of the deep organs, that she had a lot of difficulty towards the end of her life. And so she's so peaceful and she's not in pain anymore. But she doesn't want you to feel guilty, because there's something about at the end of her life that you weren't able to be with her because of transportation or COVID or something like that. And she said, all is well, my dear son. So she's reassuring you for you not to feel badly about her leaving. So I'll leave that with God's blessings. All right. Thank you for that feedback, Ms. Susan, and feedback. Thank you. Thank you, Maria, for your feedback. You all have great energy, my dear friends, and love being with you on Wednesday nights. And I'll be back with you next time, right? So here's your instruction. Here's your homework. Between now and Saturday, get the job done. Cave into that quarter cycle and say, yeah, I'm going to be all fired up to get my ambition accomplished, mission accomplished, clean out your basement, get the new job, feed the cats. I don't know, just do a lot of heavy duty work. Then Saturday night, when we get into the Gibbous cycle, that's when we get all mystical. And then really pay attention to your dreams Saturday and Sunday night. Monday is the great reveal. That's the illumination of the full moon in Scorpio, and it is the moonlight reflecting on the calm lake. So however you want to get into meditation or relaxation, receive information by being quiet, We're all living these frantic, challenging times, but once in a while we have to get away from the maddening crowd and turn off the computer, turn off the music, and just be alone and listen. I leave that with God's blessings to each and every one of you. Thank you very much for the participation. I feel your energy, and have a great, great week. See you next time. Bye-bye.